Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and this is the KingCast, the live podcast where we do cover all things Bethesda, Bethesda news, and there is a lot of it, especially since I have been gone. We're going to cover Starfield, we're going to cover the Fallout TV show, we're going to cover Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and then 10 future games that have been confirmed through leaked court documents. Man, we've got a lot to get into in this podcast. So I hope you're here. Y'all let me know if y'all can see me and hear me good. I know you can see me because I just checked on my phone, but let me know if you can hear me good. It is great to be back on the KingCast. Hey, the Arcane Realm, what's going on? Psycho Foos, good to see y'all in the chat, and it's good to be here with you. A couple of things right off the bat. There's my Mississippi Queen. There's my darling, beautiful, gorgeous wife. Thank you for being here as well. A couple of things right off the bat. Number one, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Psycho was saying that YouTube had unsubscribed him with both of his accounts from my channel. I guess because I've been absent. I don't know if YouTube's mad at me or what. And he was also a member of the King's Crew. He was also a member of this channel. So please go right now. Just go down and make sure you click that little subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Even if you were a member, it might have kicked you off. I guess Psycho had to re-up. I saw that a couple of people had to re-up. They dropped out of membership and then came back on to members. And that brings me to my second thing. It is time. We've waited long enough to have a members-only stream, but I'm going to let you guys decide what you want me to stream on that. So if you are a member of the King's Crew, and by the way, you can join that for very, very cheap. If you want to do that and help me out in that way, that would be great. But if you're a member of the King's Crew, send me a message. I don't care if it's on Twitter, Facebook, even you could do it here on YouTube under some of the pictures I post on the community page. But send me a message and tell me what game you would like for me to stream on the members only stream. We can do Fallout 3, we can do Skyrim, we can do something that's not Bethesda, we can do Starfield, we can do whatever you want. Just let me know and we'll go from there. All right, we're going to jump right into the news because we have a lot of it. I don't know where to start. I do want to recommend y'all go and watch, if you have not watched the podcast that me and Joe put out yesterday, the Bethesda Brothers podcast. A lot of news on there. I will cover a little bit of it today, but Bethesda has had a lot of people that have left recently. Pete Hines, Major, one leaving. Will Shin is another one. Kurt Coleman, another one. And a lot of these guys are going to one place, one studio. We'll talk about that studio later in the podcast because I really want to give this studio some coverage. It's a studio with a guy that's leading it that I like very much. I've met him several times, Jeff Gardner, who was the lead on Fallout 76 and worked at Bethesda all the way back to Fallout 3. So they've got a lot of experience over there. They've got guys that worked on Fallout New Vegas, man, all kinds of stuff. Hey, Mayhem, what's going on? Good to see you as well. But let's jump right into the 10 games that have been leaked. And I'm sure most of y'all have seen these 10 games that have been leaked. It was in the Microsoft court case, and the Elder Scrolls, Indiana Jones, of course, was in it, but there was some in it that were very surprising. Dishonored 3 was one that was in it. A new Doom game, Doom 0 Hour. I've lost my notes right now. I'll find them in a minute, but I'm doing this from memory, so y'all stick with me. Let's see what else was on the list. There was 3 that were project names. And yeah, you're laughing. I lost my notes. Dishonored 3, yes, Dishonored 3. But Wolfenstein 3 was not on it. I think they're right there. Y'all want to give me just a second to get them right there? There they are! Yay! Behind the scenes at the KingFanMan. I'm sorry, that's so unprofessional. Anyway, yes, the two remasters that Todd Howard said he would never want to do, but an Oblivion remaster and a Fallout 3 remaster are now confirmed. That is amazing. The Doom Year Zero, that's interesting. A Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, so Ghostwire Tokyo 2. Now, here's the ones that are not known, and we're going to go into them just a little bit. There is a Project Platinum, a Project Kestrel, a Project, and it's a Japanese word, Hibiki, which I think is Hi-Fi Rush from all my research that I've done. And then a licensed IP. Now, if y'all have been watching the KingCast for a long time, I've been telling you for a long time that ZeniMax has the license, has a very well-known license. And of course, there's some rumors out there about some of those well-known licenses and what it may be. But that, I believe, is probably coming through ZeniMax Online Studios, that license IP. So that with the Elder Scrolls 6 and the Indiana Jones, that is actually 11 games. I said 10, that's 11. So that's confirmed 11 future games. And you say, well, how do we know that? This is actually in Microsoft's files. This was stuff that Bethesda gave over to Microsoft when the merger happened. Now, things, yes, have happened. Things have surely changed. The dates have changed. They've even got dates on these games. But it's amazing to see what they were planning, what they were already planning, and even working on when the merger happened. I mean, this is like opening the curtains in on these studios and seeing, hey, Renrut, what's going on? The Arcane Realm says Kestrel is ZeniMax Online's new IP, from what I've been told. Yeah, remember, they've got a new IP with a brand new engine that they are working on. So, one of these is going to be that. The only thing I found with Kestrel, you can look up the word Kestrel. It's a falcon. Now, it's a code name. I know that, but sometimes the code names mean something. I don't know. The Fallout TV show code name was Hondo, so I don't know. Y'all know what platinum is. That's a precious metal. And then again, the Hibiki, I believe, was Hi-Fi Rush. But what do y'all think, real quick? Let's just go kind of one at a time through this. What do y'all think the licensed IP is? Remember, there were Mandalorian rumors and leaks that went out. There were also rumors of what was the other IP rumor that went through Bethesda? But now this is nothing new. Bethesda has had some very, very famous IPs through the years. Of course, they did Terminator games. They had the license to Star Trek. I don't know if many of you know this, but I don't know how much work they started on it, but they were going to do a Star Trek Deep Space Nine back in that time where they were doing the 10th Planet and wanting to do a space game. They also wanted to do Star Trek Deep Space Nine. They did have a Star Trek license. Game of Thrones actually wanted Bethesda Game Studios to do a game, and Todd Howard turned them down. So there's been some very big studios and very big people, and that, by the way, that's another rumor that could be Game of Thrones or someone like that has got a hold of BGS and said, hey, we want one of your studios to give us a game. Could that be something like that instead of ZeniMax Online Studios doing it? Now, in my opinion, I think, and I know this, ZeniMax Online Studios has several things working at the moment. Number one, they have the Elder Scrolls Online. Let's don't forget that they have that working. They have a brand new IP with a brand new engine, and the Arcane Realm says that he has heard, and I tend to agree with him, go with that way, that Kestrel is that game. I believe also that ZeniMax is doing one of these other games. I believe they're working on 3 projects at once. You say, man, that's a lot. Well, yeah, and it's also a very big studio. So 3 of these you can give to ZeniMax Online Studios. One of them just possibly might be a Starfield type MMO. And I've been saying that for quite a while as well. I don't know if I said hello to Renrut, but how you doing, Renrut? Tycho says, I want a game where I captain a ship like Voyager. Yeah, that is very cool. We'll get back to these 10 games in just a moment, but I do want to say we are literally 2 days away from Bombs Drop Day in the Fallout lore. So hopefully this year we're going to do a lot better. Hopefully Bethesda is ready for it this year, and I believe they are. There's already been a trailer. I mean, there's a trailer that's done. Most of you've probably seen it. It's been leaked out online. I'm not going to put it out and do that, but they've also done some more filming since that TV show trailer leaked. They've been doing some more filming, which I believe is for a trailer. So I look for Monday a TV show trailer to be released. Probably not the exact one that was released during whatever that was, GamesCon, or I can't remember, but they gave the 300 people front row seats for it, and somebody filmed it on their phone and leaked it. But so I think we're going to get that. But if Bethesda is on top of everything, and I hope they are, I also think we're going to hear something about the Fallout 4 next generation update, which we're supposed to get this year, and we haven't heard a pin drop about it. But what better time to hear about it than Bombs Drop Day? What a great celebration to have that. Wouldn't it be great to say, and hey, it's there and available right now today? Plus, there is going to be some, I don't know how much, don't get too excited, but there is going to be some Fallout 76 content that is related to the TV show that's going to come out Monday or Tuesday. It may come out Tuesday. A lot of things release with Fallout 76 on Tuesday, but related to the TV show. So that is exciting as well. Now, I don't think we're going to hear about Fallout 3 remaster yet, but if we can hear about the Fallout 4 next gen update, if we can get content for Fallout 76 that is based off the TV show and a trailer, and all of those seem very, very, very positive and feasible, then what a Bombs Drop Day it will be. Okay, let me read. The Arcane Realm says, I saw that teaser and it looked incredible, incredibly accurate to the games, and it shocked me. Can't wait to see the show. Yeah, I watched it as well. It did look great. I can't wait to see the new trailer or what they released to everybody. He says, I've been looking for an excuse to replay Fallout 4, so can't wait to see what the next gen update does. And Psycho says that sounds very cool. I hope they really lean into it. And I don't know how much I want to talk about this, but they really, really, really need to make a commitment to Fallout 76 or just stop, because it frustrates me as a longtime player and supporter of the game that there's not more oomph behind them. It seems like there's no excitement for what they're doing with the game. I mean, they've got a TV show coming. There's a Bombs Drop Day coming. So let's see what they do for the current Fallout game that's going on. You know, that will tell you a lot about how much the studios are behind the current game with what they do with that. You know, if we only get a Vault 33 vault suit, if that's all we get, then that does not bode well. If you're on Discord, this is just great information. Bethesda has added a Fallout, just a plain Fallout announcement page or channel on Discord. So on their Discord, and this has just happened within the past week, 2 weeks, something like that. but obviously they've got something coming. So and it seems like it's for Bombs Drop Day. So you might want to add that to what you're watching. It's on their Discord channels. It's the Fallout announcements. So I am really excited for Monday and Bombs Drop Day. I do want to mention real quick, because I know we still have some players with Fallout 76. If you don't know yet, surely everybody does know by now, but the update, Atlantic City, is coming. The first part of it, anyway, is coming December the 5th. That is called Boardwalk Paradise, I believe. And then the second part of the new update, Atlantic City, has not been, we've not been told when that release date is, but it is called America's Playground. We'll be getting it sometime in 2024. There's the unexpected outcome. Good to see you. Agreed, King. After 5 years, I can't work up any enthusiasm for 76 right now. I know it's so hard to get off of Starfield and go back. It really is. The Arcane Realm says just another issue with Bethesda's marketing and comms department. Pete Hines leaving is going to have a big impact on these kind of things moving forward, whether it's for the better or worse. No doubt, it's going to have a huge impact. Huge impact. Psycho says they need to let us rent actual private servers to run with our friends. I would love that. That would be amazing, where we can have more than 8 people, where we can have a whole server. That would be amazing. Alex says, hey, King, random question, but these weather changes coming to camp building, what do you think about them? Any weather you wanting? I think that's very cool. The main thing about the weather changing thing is for taking pictures. I mean, uh, I'm sure there's other reasons why you would want that, but well, there is, like, right now is October. It's coming up on Halloween or spooky season. So a lot of people are building the haunted houses, so you don't want sunshine out there, so you can put it where it's stormy or a rad storm or whatever like that over your camp all the time. So I mean, there's reasons other than just picture taking, but I think it's a great addition. You can set the mood of your camp at all times. I think it's great. Uh, it's according. I have 4 camps according. You said, is there any weather I'm wanting? Each of my camps have a different feeling, and I do have one that's a haunted type camp, and I would definitely I would love to put a rad storm over it at all times. That would be kind of neat. Uh, so yeah, I really like that. I think that's something that I don't know if I would have ever thought of it, but it's a really great idea. So I think that's a really cool idea. I just wish they would do more content. Again, it's like the unexpected outcome said. It's hard to get excited. It seems like since I hate to keep bringing it up, but it seems like since Jeff Garner left, it just went. It really did. Anyway, the good news. I do want to give, if y'all will give me just a minute to promote something. I want to give them a little bit of promotion, and I want y'all to check them out if you hadn't, and then we'll go back to Bethesda. But there's so many Bethesda people and Obsidian people that I think this studio at least needs to be checked out. But I just mentioned Jeff Gardner. He started a studio after he left Bethesda that is called Something Wicked Games, and y'all can check it out. They're working on their first game right now. It's a AAA fantasy RPG set in the Middle Ages. There's no release date set yet for it. They're still hiring people. They've got about 40 devs right now. They're going to try to get around 100. It sounds like they want to be like the old BGS, because the old BGS, remember, was 100 people, and this is an independent studio. So this is where Will Shin left Bethesda and went back to. You've got a lot of the Bethesda and Obsidian people, and I'm talking about the New Vegas people that have gone back to this place. In fact, his lead design director worked on The Outer Worlds and Fallout New Vegas. So I'm really anxious to see what they're going to create. The game that they're creating right now is called Weird Song. Again, the only thing I know about it is a fantasy uh, RPG, open world RPG that's set in the Middle Ages in Portugal. So that's all I know. But y'all check them out. I follow them on Twitter and see what progress they make. The Mississippi Queen says y'all go check and make sure y'all are still subscribed. YouTube kicks. Yes, absolutely. Please do. Again, I mentioned that at the first of the podcast. Please look down and make sure you're still subscribed. We have some long time subscribers that were unsubscribed from both accounts. They were actually members. They were actually members of this channel, and YouTube kicked them. So I guess it's because I've been gone for a while. YouTube thought I was leaving or something. I don't know. So y'all please go and check. Make sure you're subscribed. Arcane Realm says a lot of the old guard from Bethesda leaving around the same time says to me that Microsoft's influence is starting to be more heavily felt. Absolutely. Again, I want y'all to go. Me and Joe talked about it a little bit, but I'll mention it here. There is no doubt that well, there's a lot of people saying, this happens in gaming, that people leave after projects. Guys, I'm older than most of you on here. I hate to say that, I am. Jokingly, I will say I'm still younger than Pete Hines, though. But I've never seen this in my lifetime. I've never seen this many people leave a studio like this, because this departure started just before the Microsoft acquisition. Uh, we didn't know about the Microsoft acquisition yet, but they did. It started with the Jeff Garners and the Nate Perkopiles. And I mean, you can go back and look. I mean, some big, huge names. Psycho's older. Well, because a few of y'all are older than me then. Uh, but I mean, there have been, if you start counting them up, there have been a lot of people leave Bethesda, and not just developers either. A lot of people are saying, well, they just want to leave after a project. There's been everything from community managers to, I mean, just every position. So yes, it is going from, when you go from an independent studio, and they've been independent for over 20 years, and then go to being micromanaged under Microsoft, no matter what Microsoft says they're going to let Bethesda do. It is a huge, huge change, a huge change. And yes, I mean, I'm not going to speak for any of these people, but when you see most of them running back to an independent place, you can say, well, that's probably why they left. That they wanted to be back where they were comfortable. So you can understand. Now, with all that said, let's talk about the future of Bethesda, because that is the subject of this podcast. We've got 11 future games here that we just ran through that we know about, and some of them are doozies for us. We've got Dishonored 3 coming from Arcane. We've got The Elder Scrolls 6 coming up from Bethesda Game Studios. What does that mean for our future games that we love? I think it's great that we have some other studios we can look to, like something Wicked Games, and go, hey, there might be another studio that makes games like I like now. But are the games that we love going to take a hit? Or is it good for, like, the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout franchise to get new blood in there? Because they have the old pattern. They know what works with the old games, but they also bring a new insight that can bring fresh ideas. I really, honestly, am excited about the future. I want y'all's opinion. I'm not even looking yet whether y'all are scared for the future or excited for the future. But it makes me excited for the future because, again, the workers that they're getting, they've played the games, they know the lore, they know what works in the games, but they're bringing a new perspective. And one thing that I believe that Bethesda games do need, that BGS games do need, is that breath of fresh air. As much as I love them, I do believe they need that. Uh, we're going to talk about Starfield in just a minute, about what was good, what was bad in it. But uh, I hate to see like Will Shin leaving. I think he did some great writing. He did some great design in Starfield. But again, we're going to get something totally different than in the Elder Scrolls. Kurt Coleman is literally the one that wrote the Elder Scrolls lore. I mean, he's the Elder Scrolls guy. So for him to leave when the next game is the Elder Scrolls 6, that tells you a lot about what's going on, by the way, at Bethesda. But again, I don't have to work there. All I have to do is cover it. So I hate that for him and I hate that for them. But what does that mean for the Elder Scrolls? Again, I think it's fresh ideas. I think it's fresh blood. I'm excited. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. The Arcane Realm says it's hard not to have alarm bells ringing with these major departures, although I wish everyone who is leaving the best in the future positions. Unexpected Outcome says, do you think this will impact Todd Howard? Will he move on too? Yes, I believe that the Elder Scrolls 6 is his last game. Now, Joe doesn't. Joe thinks he's going to do a Fallout as well, but let me just tell you why. Number one, him and Pete has almost been a package deal, and he's basically left there all alone. And when you've been a place around people that you know for your whole career, it does make a difference when they all go. It really does. Plus, Todd Howard, I believe, is 53 right now. So you think about, you just start adding up the time. Now that is not retiring age. He's not retiring age. Okay. Even though he's a little bit older than me, it's not retiring age. But if you start adding up, let's just say the Elder Scrolls is 4 years away. That puts him at 57. Well, uh, they want to support their games longer. They've already said that. So Starfield is being supported for 5 years. Let's just give the Elder Scrolls 2 or 3 years to be supported with DLC. That puts him at 60 years old, okay, when the Elder Scrolls is done totally with DLC and everything. That is getting to retiring age. Will he want to take on another project after that by himself at 60 years old? I think that might be a good time for him to walk away. That's just my opinion. Plus, he did say in an interview with IGN that the Elder Scrolls 6 might be his last one. So when he's already talking like that, he's already looking ahead like that, it may be. Unexpected Outcome, thank you so much. Just a tip for your shipbuilding video. Thank you. That is so sweet. I need to do another shipbuilding video because man, I'm so much better and so much faster. I'm embarrassed about that one now, but I'm really glad I put it out because it's probably good I put one out that I was so slow with like that. So thank you so much. That I appreciate that super chat. Y'all don't know how much those super chats mean to us. The Arcane Realm says bringing in new blood is never a bad thing in my eyes. Todd's days in game development are numbered. Love that guy, but he is going to be on the way out after Elder Scrolls 6, I'm pretty sure. So he agreed. Wilbur said, did I miss the Starfield news? Some of it, but we're going to talk more Starfield in a minute. Let's see. The Skyrim Lord says it's interesting because Heidi Kajomo is 60 and he's still going strong. That's true. And hello to you as well. Again, 60 is not retiring age either. Used to 65 was the time that you retired. But nowadays, I mean, you can retire anywhere from Pete Hines just did it at 54, which is strange. I expect him to go work somewhere else. I really do. Kentucky Ranger says, I'm 60 and still breathing. That's great. We do have some people that's older than me on here. I'm feeling better now. Psycho, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Bless your heart. Thank you for the super chat or the super sticker. That's awesome. Y'all make my day when y'all do that. Yeah, 65 used to be the retiring age, but it's really not anymore. There's a lot of people that do it earlier, and sometimes people do it. Oh, look who's calling. He don't know I'm on a stream. Hey, Wolfman, I'm right in the middle of a stream.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say hi to everybody. Whoop, I just lost him. I probably lost him because he didn't want to be on the stream. That's funny. Kentucky Ranger says, I messed up my back in 2007 and had to retire. Bless your heart. Yeah, I know the feeling. I got lupus 15 years ago and had to semi-retire. I'm definitely not retired because we need the money, but I was pastoring a very, very well for Missionary Baptist. It was a big church, and I had to leave that church and go to a church that had 6 people. So I had to tone way down, and that's when I started doing YouTube as well because I can do it from home. So yeah, I had to. I can't work very much anymore either. So that's why y'all super chats and memberships and all that mean so much, because YouTube is actually part of our income. And I don't say that enough. I probably should say that more. So thank you very much for helping provide the queen with food. You do what you can. Yes, you do. Unexpected outcome says 65 King, 66 in December. Wow. I am, well, I guess since y'all are telling, I can tell I'm 51. Do I look 51? Y'all don't answer that question. Do not answer that question. Do not answer that question. Wilbur says, God bless you and may he keep you in good health. Yeah, Mississippi Queen's birthday is in December as well. Okay, on to Starfield. Let's talk Starfield for a little bit. And because hopefully we'll have time to go back to those 10 future games for just a minute. Starfield, of course, the big news about Starfield continues to be the way people are reviewing it, the review bombs, if you will. But a lot of them are not review bombing it. They are, in my opinion, reviewing it wrong. Can I just come out and say it? They are reviewing it wrong. Starfield is such a different game. I'm going to get intellectual with y'all, but every game is so different and has to be judged in a different way. I understand that Starfield may not be for everybody, but Starfield is so unique. And I didn't get into Starfield at first. I really didn't. It was very hard for me to get into. There were some things that were hard to learn. But the more I play it, and I remember Todd Howard saying this, he says, the more you give Starfield, the more it gives back. I am, and I'm almost ashamed to say this, I am over 300 hours into Starfield now. 300. And you say, King, how have you put that many hours into Starfield? I have been flaring from lupus. And when you're flaring from lupus, you're in horrific pain with tears going down, and video games help the pain. So I sit here with tears playing Starfield. But anyway, with that said, and that's why you haven't gotten many videos either. But with that said, the more I have played, the better it's gotten. Because, and I don't want to give anything away, I'm not going to spoil it, okay? But if y'all get to the point where you play New Game Plus in Starfield, it's really not New Game Plus. Your original game keeps going. Starfield keeps going. The story of Starfield keeps going. You're not starting over, even though they run the credits and go, yeah, you finished the main story. And I know what critics do. They went through the main story and go, well, that was it. You know, there's too many loading screens, blah, blah, blah. But the story is so good. And the more you do the New Game Plus and go back into the world and see the changes in the world, it's like The writing in this game is unreal. It's great. It is the best writing in a BGS game I've ever seen. Main story and quest lines. The Vanguard quest line is my favorite faction quest line in any BGS game. I'm about to do it for the third time through. I love it. But the main story will change on you. It will change on you. That's all I'll say without spoiling it. It will change on you doing New Game Plus. Okay, so your story will keep going, and I know they're going to feed on that when the DLC comes. Okay, when they bring the DLCs out, and that's why I said on the podcast with Joe, they're not finished with this game yet. And I know you have to review a game, the way it is, but the DLCs are going to add to the overall story that I don't think a lot of these reviewers are getting because they haven't put enough time into the game. And I know everybody can't put 300 hours into the game, but still, it's amazing that you can put that many hours into the game and still be finding out stuff. I haven't seen half of what's in this game. It's amazing. Okay, let me see. Where was I at? Where was I at? Unexpected outcome. You have the birthday on the 27th too? Wow, that was awesome. Kentucky Ranger said you figured I was in my 40s. Well, bless your heart. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm close to my 40s. 51's close to my 40s. David, how you doing? You're only 7 years older than me. Very cool. I can't believe y'all share a birthday. That's so cool. The combined gifts. Oh yeah, she hates the Christmas birthday gifts. Don't even talk about that. Let's see. I have 6 playthroughs under my belt, Kentucky Ranger says, for Fallout 4. I'm telling y'all, put in the time with Starfield. I told people that with Fallout 76. I don't think people understood Fallout 76 either because Fallout 76 was a more complex Fallout game. Reviewers they're not patient enough with these games. But I know I'm an old fart, I guess. I'll just continue to be that way though. But I think what they did with Starfield is it's a borderline masterpiece when you start to see how they did with the story. It's like it will blow your mind at times when you do the New Game Plus. It will blow your mind. You think, oh, okay, I've seen this, I've done this before, and then something will be different and changed, and you'll go, what? It's really cool, and that's all I can say without spoiling it. So Matt, what's going on? Great to have you back. Great to be back on the live show. Yes, it is good. It is good. Thank y'all for putting up with me, and thank you for still supporting me. Okay, I started the show, and I want to end it with the 10, or actually 11, counting the Elder Scrolls 6 games that we know now are the future games of Bethesda. These are the games that are coming, and we have probably the approximate times that they are coming. Now, could this have changed a little bit? Sure. But this is so exciting, guys, to know that these are coming. It looks like the next things that are coming from Bethesda are the Indiana Jones game and an Oblivion remaster. They was originally scheduled for 2022. Now we know all of that got slid back because of the big C virus. Okay, all of these dates got slid back a couple of years because of the virus. But they originally had a release date of 2022. That was Indiana Jones and the Oblivion remaster. So I don't know if y'all know about what they've done with the Oblivion remaster, but I'm excited to see it. It is kind of a cross between a remaster and a remake because they have put 2 engines together. The Arcane Realm can probably explain this better than I can, but they are literally using the what's the good new engine? I just went totally blank. They're using the real, what is it? Dadgummit. Come on, y'all, help me out. The what's the new engine that's so good for graphics? I went blank. This is why I have notes. The what is it? Y'all put it in the chat quick. Unreal Engine 5. Thank you. Hey Dale, what's going on? Thank y'all. They use the Unreal Engine 5 for the graphics in Oblivion. Can you imagine Oblivion's graphics in Unreal 5? It's going to be in Unreal 5. And then the actual mechanics of the game are still in the creation engine. But of course they're going to be upgraded as well. So I'm anxious to see how much of an upgrade we get in that Oblivion. I'm anxious to see how that Frankenstein engine works, because they are going to do the same thing for the Fallout 3 remaster. Now, the Fallout 3 remaster was first scheduled for 2024. So that probably means it's not coming for another couple of years. It's probably 2026 now is when it's coming. But you can probably bet 2024 is Oblivion Remaster. Maybe this coming spring we might even get the Oblivion Remaster, which is so that man. I love Oblivion. I don't know how many of y'all have played Oblivion. Up until I played Starfield, Oblivion had the best faction quest in it. The Dark Brotherhood faction in Oblivion is top notch. If you don't play anything else, play that, and then play the DLC in Oblivion with the crazy guy, and I've gone blank what that one's called too. Boy, having lupus and memory problems is terrible. I'll tell you, I'll scream it after the podcast is over. But Shivering Isles, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all are right there on top of it. Yes, the Shivering Isles is the best DLC in my opinion that BGS has ever put out. So if you don't do anything else with the remaster, play the Dark Brotherhood and play the Shivering Isles of Oblivion. Great stuff. Again, Indiana Jones is supposed to be coming next year as well. So that is super exciting. I don't see anything else with a 2022 date, which would be 2024. Now, 2023 does have several that are supposed to be coming out. The new Doom Year Zero is coming. I have no idea. I guess they're going to do a prequel. Is that what you're thinking the Doom is? Shiro Gorath, that is right. The Shiro Gorath. And by the way, the same guy that voices Shiro Gorath, and I'm sure y'all know this, he's also in Starfield. He is Mr. Hope in Starfield. Ron Hope at the Starship factory. Ron Hope, y'all will run into him on the Freestar Collective. If you're a deputy, you'll run into him. Same guy, same voice. So I like him. I can't think of his name right now, but he's a nice guy. He's on Twitter, and he'll talk to you and everything on Twitter. Doom Year Zero sounds really good. Arcane Realm says, I don't think anyone was expecting another Doom game. We're all thinking a Quake reboot. Yeah, absolutely. You do think it's a prequel? I think so too, being called Year Zero, which is exciting to me. That is super exciting to me, because this is showing my age, guys. One of the first games that I really got into, it wasn't one of the first games. I could go back further than that, but as a I guess I was around 23 when it came out. Well, really giving away my age now, but when the original Doom came out, I was a young police officer working nights, so my schedule was crazy anyway. But I would literally stay up the whole. I was so stupid. I would stay up the whole time after work and play Doom until time for work. I did that like 2 days straight without sleep. Doom was so important to me, and I played that game. I played that game. The original Doom. So I hope they do something based off the original. That would be amazing to me. I love the original. the original Doom changed gaming. I could talk a bunch about it. So we've got that. We've also got the Project Kestrel that Arcane Realm said he thought was coming from ZeniMax Online Studios. Again, all I can tell you is that word means a falcon. I have no idea what that could be. I don't know if that's the game where they've got the new engine, because again, they've got at least three projects going, so it's hard to know which one is which. Do you have any idea what Project Kestrel may be, Arcane Realm? He says the backstory for the new Doom games was really interesting. They put a ton of effort into the lore and world building. It would be cool to see that stuff play out in a prequel story. Absolutely. Wes Johnson is his name. Thank you. See, y'all are right on top of it. Yeah, Wes Johnson is the one that voices Shera Gorath and Ron Hope. He's a really nice guy. Seems to be a really nice guy. Anyway, y'all can tell him I was talking about him on a podcast. ZeniMax's game will be announced next year. I'd bet money on it. No idea what it could actually be, but I don't think it's Starfield related, contrary to popular belief. No, I think that's going to be another one. But remember, they've got three projects, so I don't know. I think. See, I go back and forth on the licensed IP. There's one on here that talks about the licensed IP. Is that a BGS game or is that a ZeniMax game? I'm almost positive that's a ZeniMax game, but I don't know. Okay, and then we go one more year in advance. Then we have a lot of games that are scheduled. So this would be 2026. We've got the Fallout 3 remaster. We got Ghostwire Tokyo Part 2. We've got Dishonored Part 3. We've got Project Platinum, whatever that is. We've got The Elder Scrolls 6. And that licensed IP. So I mean, they've got everything scheduled for that. So in just a couple of years from now, I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be done in 2 years, but boy, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? I would take it in 2 years. But if we can get a Fallout 3 remaster in 2 years and Oblivion this coming year, man, I would take that with Dishonored 3. I hate there's not a Wolfenstein 3 on that list. Hopefully, maybe that's one of those games that are codenamed there. I hope they have a couple of surprises in there. I do know there is a Fallout game that has been talked about. I don't think it would be on this list because I think that was after this list came out. The Fallout was talked about around the time of the merger itself. This list came out. This list was made before the merger. But I do know that there are other studios with Todd Howard involved as well. So it would be a Bethesda collaboration. I would love to see a Fallout spinoff because if we have to wait for Fallout 5, guys, I don't want to. As much as I love the Elder Scrolls, I don't want to wait that long for Fallout 5. I really don't. So I would love for there to be a Fallout spinoff coming from somebody. And I at least know this without a doubt. I can tell you this without a doubt that it has been talked about. Okay. They have talked about it. And in fact, the head of Obsidian Studio said that they had done everything but write it down on a piece of paper. In other words, they had done everything but sign the contract. So I don't know. I would love for that to happen. Okay, let's see. Matt says you were young, King. We all do less than intelligent things when we're young. We have a similar story to your Doom story. Yep. The Arcane Realm says the licensed game is supposed to be coming from Roundhouse. That's right. I forgot about that. Who helped Arcane Austin with Redfall. Whisper saying it's a Marvel game. I have heard that as well. I had forgotten about that. Thank you. I'd prefer that they take as much time as they can for Wolfenstein 3. Youngblood was disappointing. Yes, it was. From both a narrative and gameplay standpoint, so they really need to bounce back. from that. They sure do. Hey, Slacker, what's going on? And hey, Duval, what's going on, buddy? Good to see y'all. I love the. Hey, I know we got a lot of lurkers out there. We've got several people that are hanging back. Okay, we are in the last stages of the podcast, which is my favorite time because it's when y'all can talk about anything y'all want to talk about. Anything we've talked about today, the Starfield news, the Fallout TV show news, the games that are coming in the future, or anything else that may be on your mind. Elvis, if y'all want to talk about Elvis, we haven't talked about Elvis in a long time. Whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all let me know because we've got just a little bit left in the podcast. Yes, make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. Again, we've had several that have been unsubscribed from my channel. So tacos, boy, hey, don't say that. I have not eaten lunch. I did not eat lunch, and it is 5:30 in Arkansas. I'm hungry, guys, and I'm doing this for y'all after the Razorbacks lost another game, and I haven't eaten. So, boy, y'all know I must love you. Arcane Realm says, I want to talk about Dishonored 3, but I'd be hijacking the conversation with that one. Oh, man. I can't wait for Dishonored 3. I love the Dishonored franchise. Absolutely do. I have liked, now I haven't played Redfall, okay, but I have liked what has come out from Arcane. I even like Deathloop, but it does not hold up compared to the Dishonored series. I love the Dishonored series and Prey. Okay, Dishonored and Prey just are on another level to me than even Deathloop, and I can't wait. Ice cream. We can talk about ice cream too. He's getting hungry. Yes, I am. Arcane, when Arcane is at the top of their game, they are really good. Redfall is definitely better now than it is at launch. I've heard that they dropped a major update for the game that fixed and added a lot of stuff. I heard, is it up to 60 frames per second? I heard that it's even up to that as well. Man, y'all are talking about homemade ice cream now. Y'all stop it. Stop it. If somebody says banana nut ice cream, I'm gone. That's it. That's my favorite. Have you ever had banana nut homemade ice cream? Like real homemade banana nut ice cream? Oh my word. It will make you slap your mama. It's so good. Yeah, 60 frames per second finally on the consoles. That's great. That's great. And it's supposed to be rock solid performance. I'm going to have to try it then. Again, I've put 300 hours into Starfield, guys. Remember, if you are a member of the channel, please send me a message this week. Let me know what y'all would like to have a members only stream as, and we're going to start that. If you'd like to go Fallout 3, Skyrim, Starfield, Fallout 76, whatever y'all want, or if you want to do something that is non-Bethesda, we can do it. Kingdom Come Deliverance, we can do whatever y'all want to, or we can sit around and talk about ice cream if y'all want to, whatever y'all would like to do. Well, guys, I'm so glad that y'all joined me today. It's good to be back. I hate that I've been gone, but I know a lot of my regulars understand why I am with my health and what I'm doing with my day-to-day life as well. So I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate your prayers. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.